Good morning, YouTube. Today is November 15th. We got ourselves a boxing match tonight, fellas. Good morning.
What's up?
Good morning, host. It's Friday. You didn't even say that.
No, we're all business. It's mortgages and boxing on this Friday.
Okay. It's a Netflix boxing match, isn't it? So all the Netflix people get to watch?
It is. That's Netflix, podcasts, all these streaming services. Cancel the cable, cut the cord, not needed anymore. Seems like all the cable channels are going out of business anyhow. So, yeah.
I'll throw a free plug-in. I mean, I'm streaming live to YouTube. I'll throw a free plug-in for YouTube TV. If you don't have YouTube TV at your house right now, you should really look into it. You could probably save 2/3 of what you're paying on your cable bill, and you also get Quad Box. So log into YouTube TV today and see if you can subscribe.
That's got to help the algorithm. But hey, listen, learn how to use Netflix tonight for the boxing match, because Christmas Day, when the Steelers play the Chiefs on Netflix and you have no idea how to get it on and your family's screaming at you, you don't want those problems. So do a dry run tonight. Learn how it works for the live sporting event. So Christmas Day, you're not ruining your family's Christmas by not being able to get the Steeler game. Or if you have a family member that doesn't have Netflix, there's a good Christmas gift, because then they can watch the Steeler game. Boom.
Man, it's a Black Friday shopping spree out here today. YouTube TV, Netflix. We should get into the cable business.
We might have to. We're just trying to save everyone money. That's what we do here. You know, if it's cable, if it's mortgages, whatever it may be. We're going to get into a little tax stuff here in a second. That's what really we're going to start talking about is, one, what does post-election mean for mortgages? Where's that going to go with interest rates? How is this going to affect different bills, different rules, different legislation, really? I mean, with an incoming president, there's a lot that's going to change. I don't necessarily think mortgage is a day one agenda for the incoming president, but of course there is an affordability crisis when it comes to housing in this country. So hopefully we can try to get that under wraps to get more people in the houses in 2025.
Yeah, I definitely think there's that affordability issue. I mean, that word that keeps coming up, Anthony's favorite word. Yep. That's the name of the game. There's a lot of things I do think will help that, not necessarily with mortgages, but talks of the 10% cap on APRs for credit cards. There's a lot of things that could help affordability down the line here. And I think that is important that we talk about these over the next coming weeks.
And really, one of the main items that comes with mortgages and legislation is something called trigger leads. And this is only for the buyers out there. Real estate agents, you really don't ever have to deal with this. You might have complaints and wonder why it's happening. But Anth, I know we get this call all the time. Like, we do a pre-approval, we run someone's credit, and then all of a sudden their phone starts ringing off the hook. And they're like, Ryan, Tom, Anthony, why did you give our information away? Obviously, we didn't give any information away. So let's talk over what a trigger lead is. Hopefully we can figure out and help this process for all buyers.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an annoyance for a lot of buyers. Essentially, I mean, no lender is selling your information. I mean, as soon as that credit is pulled, Equifax and Experian are two of the major credit bureaus, and they're the ones that actually sell that information as leads. Not your personal data, but your name, your phone number, you applied for a mortgage, estimated loan amount or purchase price, estimated credit score. I've had clients that actually gotten phone calls while I was on the phone with them after I pulled credit. And they're like, do these people work for you? And I'm like, definitely not. So if anybody calls and says, hey, they're affiliated with your lender that you're working with, that is absolutely not true. And you'll want to put yourself on the do not call list or the pre-screen, opt out of that. I'll actually throw that in the comment section so people can actually access it there.
There you go. That's a great tool, because guys, remember, think about it. we are not selling your information to a competitor for them to call and for you to shop. Of course, every buyer's allowed to shop around for their mortgage. I don't know what sense it would be for us to sell information to a competitor. Anthony brought up a big information about the phone number. I always remove buyers' phone numbers when I pull credit, and they still get phone calls. So these companies, can search the internet. They can find your number. It only, it usually lasts for a day or two. It will go away. But while we're discussing this, and Anth, if you want to pull up the article from Housing Wire. So there is a bill right now that's going through the process that's supposed to get voted on. And Tom, that bill is the NDAA.
Yeah, the National Defense Authorization Act. So it is a bill that's passed every year, and it just depends what is going to be included in that bill each year. In the bill this year, trigger leads is a section of it, but it looks like it is not going to be included in there. This, in my opinion, basically comes down to the lobbyists. The people with the credit bureaus had a little bit more money than the other people fighting against it. So ultimately, money talks, and that is the reason why, because the credit bureaus do control everything. There's only 3 of them. No one knows their algorithm. They have complete control of that credit market. So they're allowed to pretty much do whatever they want. And that's kind of my little insight of it is, they have a little bit more money than the people fighting against it. So I don't think it's going to be taken out.
And remember, this is how bills work. There can be something in the bill till the last minute, and then it gets taken out or rewritten and then voted on. So you just don't exactly know yet. But this is one thing that, again, we're hoping it does get passed, because it's an annoyance for everyone throughout the process. There's no one that I've talked to that like, man, thank God I got all those trigger lead calls, because I was really able to properly shop for my mortgage. Like if someone wants to shop for their mortgage, they're going to shop for their mortgage. They don't need unsolicited 20, 30, 40 phone calls in one day, which is just wild.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they come to their senses and get rid of those, because it's honestly just terrible for the consumer. And if they really want to look into it, they'll see how bad it is for the consumer and how many calls they are actually getting.
That's it. Moving on to the next item that might be something coming in 2025. It's the SALT cap. So SALT cap is a state and local tax. So this involves property tax and income tax. Right now, it's capped at $10,000. It's being talked that that cap may go away forever, where you can then write off as much property tax and income tax that you have, because currently it's capped at $10,000. So this is definitely going to help those folks that are, if you pay more than $10,000 in property taxes and income tax combined, that's there to help you. That's going to be a tax break for you. Of course, if you don't pay that much total, then this tax break will mean nothing to you.
Yeah. Ant, there's a little bit more insight on this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty pumped up about this if this goes through, because for W-2 employees that say are 100% commission, they have their own expenses, but they can't file those if they're capped at 10. So they're pretty much losing money since this bill went into place, because it's not like being self-employed. You have that ability to actually write off all your expenses. That was a nice feature, in our line of work anyway.
And we will put the caveat in here that Ryan, Tom, and Anthony are not tax experts. That please talk to your accountant. We're just talking about changes that might be coming up. So there you go. There's our disclosure, has us covered. But yes, so it's going to be an active world. It's not only interest rates. Of course, everyone wants to focus on interest rates and the Fed and what they're going. Sure, that's part of it. Sure, lower interest rates going to help the affordability. We want to see them to tick down a little bit, but there are other things out there that can benefit you from owning a home. For example, if even as of right now, you're able to write off some of your property tax is an important part of owning a home. There's tax benefits to owning a home. Talk to your accountant, see if it's worth it. Let us know if you guys need pre-approvals. You know where to find us the entire weekend. And everyone get rested up, get their sleep, because it is Ravens week. And frankly, we need a win.
Live from Heinz Field Sunday.
There you go. Senior, anything to wrap us up?
Boxing, football, sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah. Call us for pre-approvals. See you
Later,
guys.
guys.